I started Bryan Construction in a spare bedroom. So we were putting proposals together on the kitchen table.
Bryan Construction Company was founded in 1995 by Scott Bryan. Shortly after starting his company, Bryan saw an opportunity to accelerate its growth by purchasing federal contracting from a friend who was retiring.
Moved into his offices, and we were up and running.
Scott Bryan, where do you start? I mean, he's a local kid, went to Palmer High School. You know, he had a vision back then when he was a young man, buy a company, and not just going to work for a construction company, but actually purchasing a company and making a difference in the local economy.
Scott, he started this thing from the ground up. You know, he's still just as excited about it as day one.
Today, we are engaged in all sorts of projects. We're the most diversified company you'll see of our size.
From our multifamily to our federal projects, schools, office buildings, and our facility services work. We have an international presence, hundreds of employees, and this year are approaching $500 million in revenue.
We build projects, we make money, and we have fun.
One of the keys to Bryan Construction's success is its culture.
Here, you're not just a number. You're a person, you're a friend, you're a coworker, you're a lot of things.
It's not just watching the clock and trying to get out of here as soon as you can. The culture here is great. You know, everybody works hard and gets their things done, and then at the end of the day, we enjoy each other's company and hang out together and like we're friends, you know.
One of the main things that keeps me here is because it feels like a family.
At the end of the day, it's kind of this like one company atmosphere that we're all in it together and we're all working towards the same goals.
I believe in hiring the best people. I can name a couple guys that were interns here that are now project executives.
Started as an intern back in '09, and then was fortunate enough to get an offer coming out of college and started working as a project engineer. It's been the culture, the team atmosphere that's been maintained this whole time is the big reason I've been here for so long.
I started as a project engineer and worked my way through project management and estimating to today I'm, the facilities group manager.
I interned in the Springs office and then did another internship in the Denver office and have been here about 4 years full-time now. They want you to do well and succeed and really set you up for success long-term over the course of your career.
After nearly 3 decades of running a successful corporation, Scott Bryan realizes that he needs to create a succession plan, one that would allow him to continue to be involved in the company that bears his name, while also setting it up for a successful future.
There's a number of different ways that he looked at for selling his shares.
The easy thing is to sell it and walk out the door and go play. And that just wasn't in my DNA.
He wanted the culture to stay the same, he wanted the name to stay the same, and he wanted the people to stay the same.
As an owner of the company, you have 3 things to look at for succession, right? To sell to a third party, that creates a whole different culture. Hand it down to your kids. Then the third thing is you can sell it within an ESOP. So basically, the company purchases the stock from the stockholders. The company then releases that stock over a period to the employees. So they don't have to pay for anything. It is given to them. And every year they get a little bit more. And so hopefully every year the stock goes up. So then they can build wealth within their stock portfolio. within the company.
When the ESOP was announced, I thought it was almost too good to be true.
I felt a greater sense of belonging and ownership. I feel honored that he trusts us to be able to take it into the future.
For him to hand it over to us, I think shows a tremendous level of trust.
The ESOP is a great way to not just to work for somebody, but to actually work for yourself. Every day I go to work, I'm actually working on my future as an ESOP, where before I was just going to work.
It's not just a 401k that I'm building in the background. It's another piece of assurance that down the line my family will be taken care of.
There's more of a sense of an urgency to want to push a schedule. There's more sense of an urgency to want to document better because it's your well-being as a company on the line versus somebody else that you just work for.
It's very rewarding to see an employee actually retire here.
Retirement's a long ways off, but don't have any plans to go anywhere.
My plan is to stay here as long as they'll keep me around.
I know I'll retire from Bryan Construction.
I always saw myself as retiring at Bryan Construction. This place feels like my home. The ESOP opportunity just added a little icing on top of the cake.
I see myself staying here. It's a good company with good people. The value in it really lies in the long-term growth, and if you're building that wealth for yourself, you're better off at the end of your career.
I think it's encouraging for new people to feel instantly like they have that connection. They're going to have some ownership in the decisions that are made and where the company's going in the future.
Bryan Construction is now poised to continue its extraordinary journey. A story of employee owners carrying on the culture and values that have been the bedrock of the company's success.
I still point out buildings from 15 years ago. I'm like, oh, we built that. Oh, we built that. You know, and that's a nice feeling. And we all contribute to that.
After I'm long gone, I hope that, Bryan Construction is still this very relevant construction company, contractor of choice around the world. And it's because the employees got them where they are today. My favorite project are these people. To see that happen, to see these people grow, okay? To see the company grow, that's been my favorite project. I did it for the people that made us who we are today.